We're gonna be watching the biggest man child on My 600 Pound
42
Life.
years being waited on hand and foot by his parents, Mark from My 600 Pound Life became one of the most infuriating patients Dr. Now has ever had to deal with, weighing in at over 700 pounds, refusing surgery, ignoring his diet plan, and eventually getting removed from the program entirely, all because he didn't want to grow up and move out of his parents' house. Imagine still being a child at the age of 42. That's Mark, who still lives with his parents, has all of his meals made for him, and gets to spend all day sleeping, and of course, eating.
When I open my eyes in the morning, it's like, oh, tomorrow keeps coming. It hurts when I move. Every day gets harder to move, harder to breathe, you know? And then I gotta sit up, and I gotta kind of give myself a pep talk, just to let my joints kind of get lubricated.
You're telling me you wake up every day dreading that you wake up in pain, and you don't want to, like, try to do something about it?
He can still shower by himself, and then once he's done, he spends the rest of the day in agony.
But as soon as I have to stand again, the rest of the day after my shower basically is torture.
Mark's obsession with food has led him down a dangerous spiral, as he's ate himself to near immobility and now has to live with his parents in their guest house. Although he can clean himself without help, he relies on his parents for pretty much everything else.
My mom and my dad, they're working hard not to be enablers, but they are. My mom's an enabler to a certain extent because she's coming from a place of love. She loves her baby boy.
Hey.
Good morning.
He's 42. What do you mean she loves her baby boy? You are 42 years old. I'm bugging? And why is she giving him all this food if he can barely move? If he could barely move, eventually he'll start getting up to go get it himself, and that's more of a workout than him just laying there all day.
Hello.
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
Good. What are you thinking for breakfast?
We got eggs and waffles. I think a little bit of chorizo.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Mama. I'll see you in a minute.
It's sad to see these types of cases because Mark's parents genuinely mean well and want to make him happy, but they're actively harming him at the same time. Making him a pile of waffles in the morning when he's over 600 pounds isn't love at this point. It's abuse, and yes, it makes him happy, but they're gonna end up killing him.
I am very conflicted in providing food for Mark.
Hey, Ma.
Yeah.
Can I get a whole lot of cheese, please?
Okay.
Thank you.
The food that he needs is very, very small amounts, but I know if we don't feed him proportionately with what he wants, he'll just order more food.
Mark's mom seems a lot more eager to please than his dad, who clearly resents him for still living at home with his parents and being unemployed.
You need that?
It's a weekend.
Every day's weekend for you right now.
My dad tells me what to do, but it has a reverse influence on me. Did you guys already eat?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You're 40
Just had a little
something.
bit of coffee and stuff. There's that.
Thank you, Mama.
You're welcome.
The more you come at me like that, the more it makes me want to eat and go down that road. Like, it's always been a steady uphill struggle.
His dad telling him that every day is a weekend for you is clearly a dig at the fact that he has no responsibilities and pretty much just sponges off his parents. While his parents worked hard to make a living and get their own house and eventually retire, Mark is just wasting away at home, eating his life away. But his parents didn't have it easy, as when he was a child, they were both laid off from their jobs at the same time and ended up having to move back in with their own parents. Mark's mom even had to start rationing his food because they were struggling to afford it. And this is where she thinks Mark's addiction started, as he never knew when he'd be getting his next meal, and so he would overeat at every opportunity.
Food is comforting to me because it just reminds me of being happy, having that full stomach and the roof over your head and knowing everything's taken care of.
Mark was over 200 pounds when he was in high school, and when he joined the school's football team, his coach encouraged him to gain over 100 pounds so he would be a better player because of his large size, as he was over 6 foot tall already. He put on the weight like he was asked, getting to over 300 pounds, but after an injury, he's just stopped playing football. And after finishing school, he got a job in security, and the lifestyle skyrocketed his food addiction and weight gain.
But what ended up happening, I would get distracted by all the partying going down every night after work. I was doing recreational drugs, drinking, and that got me into binge eating. And then all of a sudden, I was 350 pounds.
He eventually got too big to work security anymore, so he just had to quit. And since then, he hasn't had another job because he's just too fat to do anything. He can't drive anywhere because of his size, and he can barely fit in the car. So he just gave up and just continued to eat. Even going to the supermarket is a struggle for him, as he can't walk around unassisted, and he needs to use an electric scooter, but he hardly fits in that either.
The grocery store, it sucks. Just finding a trolley that I could sit in. It's like, whew. Give me a minute.
I don't know how that's gonna fit.
This isn't gonna work.
You're gonna have to get up and push a cart.
I can't.
You gotta push a cart, Mark. That's all you can do.
By the time we are inside the store, Both of my knees are usually throbbing. And it sucks. I can't live like this much longer. And
Someone
I know
stop
if something doesn't
doing
change, I don't have long.
I rode the scooter behind him so that he could take a break. All right, you need to sit. I feel horrible for him. You know, I was always told that people in China are starving to death, so you finish your meal. But I am ridden with a lot of guilt because of the way that Mark is right now. I know that I've enabled Mark over the years, so I try not to enable him any longer.
They got ice cream down there?
Just one of those or two? But I still do so often. It's very hard for me to break the bad habits. I want Mark to be healthy. We can't live this life. We can't continue to live this life. I really believe in him, but it's a hard road.
I'm definitely at a crossroads right now. You know
Eggs,
what I mean?
okay, that's
it's
healthy.
urgent now.
You're just gobbling down
How's my
food at this point. Like,
Don't
it's
wanna
like,
talk about it.
what are you even
You need
doing?
to talk to somebody.
Like, I don't even
Got real.
understand.
It's
bro.
devastating to see how guilty Mark's dad feels because he even knows that he's helped to enable his son over the years and is now trying to reverse all those years of damage. But even when his parents try and encourage Mark to eat less and start moving more, they get a lot of pushback from him, even to the point where they hardly try anymore because they don't want to suffer from his reaction.
Mark
He's
can
overly
manipulate
addicted
me
to
and Rocky
food.
both for the food. Mostly me, because I feel so darn sorry for him. Move your chair closer, Mark.
Yep, I'm on it.
We are not making Mark pay any rent, any utilities, nothing. We are not holding him accountable because Mark basically has spent all his money on food.
I do find it quite shocking how complicit his parents are with this lifestyle. I think they're both enabling him, his mom especially, so he just has no reason to change at all. It's almost like, why would he bother changing so?
I just feel like at some point you just have to, like, just stop. Like, it might seem mean or whatever, but, like, what can you really do at this point? Like, you're just done. Like, I really don't understand what you could do in this situation, man. It's kind of like, it's just sad, bro.
Much, trying to lose weight, getting a job and saving up for his own house, when he just eat whatever he wants at his parents' house. For a start, it would make sense to start charging him a few $100s in rent so he just doesn't have as much money to spend on food. He'd be forced to cut back, but then I think that's likely he'd become irritable and manipulative towards his parents.
I feel like they're disappointed in me, absolutely. This isn't how I was raised, you know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't be here. I made virtually every poor choice you can make in life, I had to have made to end up right here.
You really have to buckle down to do this. I'm not going to harass you tonight. I want you to enjoy yourself, but
Well, let's do that.
I want you to take
Let's
it
try
really.
that, okay?
Yeah, but I really want you to take it serious, son.
Oh, yeah.
You have
Just
a
give me
lot of-
that, that's
lot
all.
Of people.
That's all I'm asking.
I think I've probably kind of proven that so far, but
No, you haven't proven. It's time to get to work.
you're right.
Yeah. The hard
Alright.
part comes next.
With his family begging for him to change, Mark finally makes a decision to go and see Dr. Now. It'll take 2 days to drive there and will be uncomfortable, but if he wants to live, he just doesn't have a choice. The journey goes as well as can be expected, and once Mark
seems like
arrives
he
at Dr.
doesn't
Now's
wanna live,
office,
though.
he's weighed for the first time in years.
The last time I weighed myself, I was 430, and that was a few years ago. So I'm pretty sure I'm in the 600s by now.
Oh my god, bro. 700 pounds?
Your weight is 715.
Hell off of that. I'll beat
700
it.
pounds?
Okay, all right?
What?
Got your back, Mark. So I don't have any excuses. With your help, I'll beat it.
I can honestly say I was not expecting Mark to be over 700 pounds. I knew he'd be at least 600, but it's actually insane, that weight. I think it's because he's so tall and still mobile that he carries the weight better than some other patients who are just completely bedbound. But still, that weight is shocking. It's surely got to be a wake-up call for him that he's gained nearly 300 pounds in just the past few years. And seeing his own mom break down when she finds out that he weighs 715 pounds must be really upsetting. It's like she's been hit with the reality that a son won't live much longer unless he loses the weight and fast. When Dr. Now finally sees Mark, he wants to understand how he got to be so big and what he eats to become so overweight.
Okay, you're 42 years old. At what age did you start struggling with your weight?
I've always been overweight,
Okay,
but the past couple years, this happened.
so what do you think is causing you to have all that issue with your weight?
I definitely eat too much. Actually, I wouldn't even say I eat too. I eat the wrong things.
If you are 700 pounds, you do both. So what do you think is driving you to do that?
Well, hunger sometimes. Sometimes I'll get mad. Sometimes it's just my schedule, you know, wake up and It's time for breakfast.
Mark always knew he had a problem, but hasn't done anything to fix it until now. Thankfully, Dr. Now has the perfect plan for Mark to lose weight. All he has to do is follow it strictly, and he should be able to lose at least 100 pounds in a month.
We're gonna give you some instruction, and you're gonna to follow them and see if you can stick with the program. To start, I'm gonna give you a 1,200 calorie a day diet, low carb, high protein, and some exercises that you need to start immediately if you want to do my program.
Now what happens next is a bit weird, as Mark's mom reels off loads of questions, and it comes across like she's quite overbearing and treating him like a child at a doctor's.
So my daughter is a nurse and she's not able to be here, so she sent me a list. Are you gonna do any cardiac markers today to see where he's at? And will you be checking his kidney levels and cholesterol?
Any issues that Mark would have from these tests would come from extreme weight, so there's really no point in testing them, as the solution would be to lose weight. Now Mark probably doesn't need his bloods taken, but he uses it as an opportunity to insult his sister in front of her husband.
Now because of my sister, I gotta get blood.
Oh, better you than me.
What a she is.
I'm not sure what he calls his sister here, as it's bleeped, but I'm going to assume that he's calling her a bitch, which is really weird, as she's only trying to help. He constantly acts like a man-child, and his mom is just so overbearing and protective of him. Mark's given a diet and exercise plan, but it doesn't seem to be his top priority after leaving the clinic.
I wish I could say I was gonna start right now, but there's this one burger place in town that I really have to hit first.
Now, I just find this
How
so
do you have to hit it?
Because if you don't
Who's
start now,
driving?
you probably never will. Mark spent the last 40 years eating burgers. He doesn't need another one. It really shows that he hasn't started to take his diet seriously yet, so I'm not even sure if we'll see much progress when he goes to see Dr. Now again. Even at home, Mark's mom has to feel focused, as he's desperate to eat anything he isn't supposed to.
Maybe a little bit, but I don't know. You ready to eat a little bit of something?
I don't know, no, the doctor looking at me and all.
Doctor's always looking at you.
Large stuffed crust?
A pizza? No, how about a little egg and cheese burrito?
Well, that's a nice
And we'll
consolation
slap
price.
in a couple little turkey pepperonis. I know, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
It's those low carb tortillas, right?
Yes, yes. Don't be so paranoid, yes.
Thank you, Mom.
All right. Perfect. 28 grams.
I still don't think I'm gonna come close to my 1,200.
Bro said, "Can I get a stuffed crust? Mom, can I get a stuffed crust pizza?" Like, bro.
No. All right, Mark. It's just going to be a little bit simple today. All right. I didn't heat the tortilla either. Is that okay? Yeah.
You're good, Mom.
Thank you.
It's good that his mom's helping him, but again, she's just being so overbearing. I don't understand why she isn't making Mark cook his own food. He's 42 years old. All he has to do is put some scrambled
I understand why she's not letting him cook his own food, because he's just gonna go back to overeating.
egg and put it in a wrap with some cheese on. Like, it's not that hard. And the way she constantly watches him while she eats is a bit disturbing. And maybe it's for the cameras, but I do think there's a lot of codependency going on between Mark and his mom here. Another month later, Mark is back on the scales to see if his hard work has paid off. And we get to see if he's actually stuck to his diet at all.
And I'm about to find out how much weight I lost in the past couple months. At the first weigh-in, I was 715 pounds. I'm supposed to lose 120 pounds over 2 months. So that would put me at or below 595.
All right, your weight is 680.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I mean, that's damn impressive, son.
90
ways to
something
go.
I
pounds.
understand that.
Now this weight loss is insane, and it's just about close enough to what Dr. Now asked him to. But it's important to make sure that Mark doesn't burn out after losing so much in a month, as they can lose momentum pretty quickly and slow down rapidly. However, Dr. Now is impressed at Mark's huge loss and approves him for surgery. But for some strange reason, Mark doesn't want it. And to be honest, it's probably the first time that I've ever seen where a patient has refused surgery altogether.
could you help me do this without the surgery? Is that possible? I feel strong in my mind. I feel like I can do this. I'm making the right steps. I know it's going to be hard. Can we try this without the surgery? Like,
Well, right now, you're doing good. But as you lose more weight, your weight loss won't slow down. And if some point your weight loss just stops or can't go any further, then surgery would be an option to give you an extra tool.
okay.
So if you don't want to do surgery and you want to do my program, then I'll make you a deal. As long as you keep losing the same amount over the next 2 months, then I would agree that you can do this on your own. But if the next time your weight loss slows, then you should consider weight loss surgery, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Without getting the surgery, it's even more unlikely that Mark will be able to get down to his weight goal of 220 pounds because it'll take years.
He
And
said
this
he was
rings
mentally
true when
strong.
Mark is back in Dr. Now's office 2 months later, and his weight loss is already slowing down.
So that would put me at or below
He's
500
at five
pounds.
something.
Your weight is
576.
576.
See? You lost more weight.
That's not bad, right?
You know.
And we'll be going to room 5, okay?
Dr. Now notices the drop in progress straight away and tries to encourage Mark to get the weight loss surgery.
But you went from losing 50 pounds a month to 20 pounds a month, which is a huge drop. And so your progress is slowing, just like I told you. It will get slower, and that is normal because you get closer to where your body should be at. So weight loss surgery is going to be a way to get to your goal weight, but not 100%. You still have to do some
Why not just make him work out?
with that to make that happen.
'Cause I guarantee you he's
what
just
will
eating
be
less. He's not
next
actually
step if
working
we
out.
consider weight loss surgery?
Why are they trying to push I don't get like pushing the surgery. Because like if he's losing weight just by eating less, couldn't he just start going for walks and doing this and he'll continuously lose more?
One of the biggest reasons why Mark doesn't want to have surgery is that you'll need to move to Houston for at least a year so he can be close to Dr. Now and be monitored while he continues to lose weight. Mark is supported a lot by his family and he's lived with them taking care of him for most of his life, and he doesn't think he'll be able to cope moving away so far by himself.
I was happy to see that Mark continued to lose weight, but it will be highly unlikely that he will be able to reach his goal with a diet and exercise. He won't be able to do that without weight loss surgery. I think he's
I don't know
coming
if
to
that's
reality
true.
that weight loss surgery is going to be the only option for him.
And when Mark was back home, he admits to his parents that he still won't do the surgery, even though they've told him that they fully support him moving to Houston.
You sound nervous.
I'm not going to do the surgery.
Okay.
Not this month.
Hopefully not ever.
Mark, this is a real big decision, and I think you need to get your sister involved in this.
I'll tell her.
Yeah, let's let her know at least.
Okay, there she is. Hold the phone. Don't. There's no time to waste.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi. Are you okay?
Yeah, are you?
Yeah. You look like crap.
I'm tired.
Yeah, I told Mom and Dad my decision
What decision?
about moving to Houston and getting the surgery and all of that.
Are you gonna do it?
No.
No?
Why? It's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, I get it. I got the greatest weight loss doctor in the world, and all you guys want me to do it. It's not an easy decision for me not to do this.
So you understand 550. You haven't even lost 200 pounds.
I know.
Okay?
I
You've
get
lost
it.
what? 160 pounds? And 250 more, and you're down around 300?
I don't want to. I can't hear that.
You have to hear that.
I can't hear that.
Okay, but you have to.
That's the same Dr. Now did. That's the same he was saying. You still have 300 pounds to lose. It's like, yeah, I don't.
Yeah, but like why are they rushing the progress? Can't he just keep losing slowly over like a year and then a year and then a year and just keep going down slowly? Why do they have to like rush it? Like why does it have to be a rush thing? Is his life in danger like
You
immediately?
work hard, you do everything you can, and the number on the scale, that's going to take care of itself.
What's
Yeah.
3 months from now look like?
I can't have a long-term thing on because it's
You do.
no.
You have a
let me
long-term
tell you
thing
how
no matter what.
I have no intention on going backwards.
I know, but you're not gonna get the opportunity again.
I know, but I'm going to get the opportunity to see what I'm made of right now. And that's more valuable. Because you know what? You guys are, there's a possibility you guys are all right. But we won't know until we know.
I have to go. I think you should do the surgery.
Okay.
No, I think she's right on.
You always think she's right on. I do too, though.
She's smarter than you.
You got my back if I don't do it, right?
Why is his
No,
dad
you're
being a
out on your
dickhead?
own. You don't do it. I think you got about 2 weeks to get to Houston.
You can always change your mind. It won't make you any less of a man.
I'm not afraid to change my mind.
Okay.
But I have to see what I'm made of first.
All right. Okay.
All right. I hope all works well. See you later.
And I don't understand why Mark still doesn't want the surgery. In my mind, it sounds really similar to other patients who make the weight loss harder for no reason. Like when they have a liquid diet even though that doctor now tells them not to. The way Mark speaks to himself is also really cringe. Like how he says he wants to see what he's made of. Like I just don't see how that's relevant.
I
You're
don't
fighting
think that's
for your
cringe.
life. His family are practically begging for him to get the surgery and he just won't.
I don't know, but I just feel like if he wants to see what he can do and he thinks he can do it by himself, even if it's gonna take longer, Let him do it because he'll build a lot more self-confidence and mental fortitude than just going to get the surgery. Him just going to get the surgery is going to make it fast, quick. Yeah, the show gets what they need, but him doing it fast and quick is just going to make him go right back to what he was doing before. That's why I don't understand why they're trying to like force the surgery onto him. Because if he does it the way he wants to do it, he's going to do it slow, take it slow, and get it done.
Even though he knows that he'll likely never reach a healthy weight without it. And he probably thinks if he has a surgery, he probably won't be able to eat like he's used to. It seems like he's completely gone off track of what Dr. Now had planned. Even when he decides to follow his personal trainer's diet instead of the one a literal bariatric surgeon has created for him.
It's been great, and I feel like it's making me work harder. Not just with the workouts, but with how I eat, too. He's showing me a new diet that can help me do even better. And that's been exciting because I feel like I'm getting all these great tools to turn my life around. And I didn't move to Houston. Dr. Now called me to check up on me.
How would a random personal trainer know better than Dr. Now? And I think personal training in general is becoming an issue because anyone can get a certificate in personal training and call themselves a certified personal trainer, when in reality they're just on a 12-week course. And I think I need to make a full video on this because it's just something that we're seeing more and more of on Instagram especially. Anyway, that was off topic, so back to Mark. And I do find it annoying that he's willing to listen to this personal trainer more than he's willing to listen to Dr. Now. Because yes, Dr. Now's 1200 calorie a day diet is strict, but he's literally fighting for his life. And I do think Mark's trainer is telling him he can eat more than he's supposed to. Either that or he's returned to his diet completely, as when he gets weighed next, the scales move in the opposite direction.
To get down to 576.
Okay.
And Dr. Now said my weight loss is going to slow even more. I've been working hard to lose more this time. And show everyone once and for all
Is he
that I'm
for
going to
something?
succeed at this.
Is that what that? Oh.
As a dad, I don't have time to shop, so my Stitch Fix stylist just does it for me. I
It went
used to go
up.
in my closet in the
What did
morning.
it go up?
All right.
Come on, Mark.
That's okay, bro.
Well, okay. Not quite what I was looking for.
The irony of the situation is that he's asked his entire family to come along to see the progress he's making on his own too, to make a point that he doesn't need surgery, when in reality he clearly does. After his weigh-in at the local clinic, Mark calls Dr. Now to update on his progress, and has to admit that he's gained 3 pounds instead of losing 50.
Same old, just trying to stay busy, keep working out.
And that's great. How is your weight doing?
He'll just continue sponging off there.
Oh, that was an accident. Oh, what'd I do?
That's weight loss surgery. Even that's going to be a challenge for you.
Right. Oh, Doc, my life is going really good right now. You know, work is going good. I'm making really good progress at the gym. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling healthy. Like I'll definitely lose my 20 pounds in a month. Like I like that goal. I can't.
I feel like maybe the 3 pounds he gained is, I don't think it's fat. Maybe he gained muscle but didn't lose any fat. That's what I'm thinking.
Give up on doing this on my own. I just can't.
I just don't understand Mark's excuse that he wants to do it on his own. Even if he gets the weight loss surgery, he'll still be doing it by himself and there's no shame in getting it. The surgery just acts as an aid to help his cravings and make him feel fuller for longer. It's literally just a tool to help him with his progress. Something Dr. Now says he will have a 0% chance of success if he doesn't have. Fans of the show speculate why Mark didn't want the surgery, as it's so hard to understand, and many people think, including myself actually, that he just didn't want to grow up. In a Reddit thread that talks about this, one commenter said, "It's more like Mark is too scared as a
I don't think that he's scared to live on his own. Why is everybody so negative, bro? I genuinely feel like bro just wants to do it by himself so he can prove to himself that he can be something. And everybody's just telling him, no, you can't, no, you can't, no, you can't, no, you can't. Oh, you have to do it this way. No, you can't, no, you can't, no, you can't. Maybe the reason why he's acting like a man-child or he went back to doing what he was doing is simply because of the fact that everybody keeps telling him he can't do what he wants to do.
Man to live on his own.
So if he's upset, I don't blame him.
Kick his ass out. Don't say that happening. He's basically refusing to move away from parents, so it's not the surgery, it's his inability to grow up. At first I thought maybe he's just afraid of the surgery itself, but that doesn't seem to be the case either. He isn't scared of surgery. He said he'd have no problem doing skin removal. He was even happy about the weight loss surgery, until Dr. Now said he'd had to move to Houston. He doesn't want to give up his free ride at home. I don't think he was scared of surgery. I think he just didn't want to give up his food. He loves it, enjoys it, and has spent so long being freely given it to soothe him that he's scared without it. Because of this, it just feels like Mark's episode was just a complete waste of time. If at the
It could not be the food either. He could just genuinely like have a real attachment to his parents. His parents could be the attachment more than the actual food. Because if he's actually going to the gym and doing this, obviously he wants some sort of change. And it's not like I don't think it's the food. I think it's actually his family. He just doesn't
Start
want
the
to leave
program,
his
he
family.
didn't want to have surgery. He just wanted to do him by himself. Dr. Now could have told him it wasn't going to work out, and it could have ended there. Even Mark's dad is starting to get sick of him, as he's clearly been noticing that Mark has been overeating enough to gain weight instead of losing.
And your attitude of, oh, I can have a couple of cookies like that, you're stupid to think that.
I gotta do it my way. I feel like no one understands what I'm trying to say.
In a last-ditch effort to convince Mark to get the surgery, Dr. Now arranges for Mark and his family to meet with a psychologist to see if there's an underlying issue as to why he won't go for it.
Your weight loss and the surgery, I understand there's some decisions being made right now.
I'm not doing the surgery. I want to see if I could do this on my own. Like, for me, it feels like if I take the surgery right now, I'd be giving up on myself.
Mark, what I'm interested in is why you wouldn't take advantage of something that could be helpful. You could be 300 pounds in no time.
There's a 16-year-old girl who I recently become close to. She suffers from CRPS, which I know you obviously know what that is, but she can't even put on her shoe. You know what I mean? And she's fighting this battle, but it's like if this 16-year-old girl can go through and fight this battle, I could go through and fight this battle.
Mark, what does that have to do with getting the surgery?
Surgery is not an option for her. There's no quick fix for her. If she could fight through this, then I could fight through it.
My guess, if I talked to her and I said, do you want Mark not to have the surgery so you guys can share the hopelessness of not having any intervention? She would say, absolutely not. She would say, I would take a surgery yesterday. So I'm trying to figure out whether it's denial, whether it's fear that you're going to use that tool and you're going to fail. I don't know why you're rejecting it.
I see Mark progressing. Mark's moving. He's going to the gym.
Mark's tangent about a 16-year-old girl is just so irrelevant. I feel like the way Mark even talks is very immature for his age. He speaks like a cringy high school football coach rather than just a 40-year-old man. And he's forgetting that over the last 2 months, when he did try to lose weight, he ended up gaining. So he clearly isn't capable of sticking with this long term. The hard truth is that he doesn't want to lose weight and move out of his parents' house.
I'm not afraid to get the surgery when I need to prove this to myself through grit and tenacity. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not afraid of failing. I've been failing my whole life.
Mark, what's the real fear?
What if there's no real fear? What if I could do this if I'm right?
This is make or break time right now, and I feel like you're asking for like an extension on a homework assignment. You know what I mean? You're like
Why is everybody being a dickhead? Why is everybody being weird? If he believes he can do it by himself, if everybody just convinced him and gave him, validation on who he can be and who he wants to be in his mind, he would go and do it because he's already becoming that person in his mind. Why are you telling him he's still this same person and he has to go get surgery and do this? If he doesn't want to go get the surgery, he doesn't have to go get the surgery. If he doesn't go get the surgery, there's literally, okay. Because if he goes and gets the surgery and he feels like he failed, he's just gonna go right back to eating. Everybody keeps convincing him to get the surgery. That doesn't make any sense.
get it done. Just give me a couple more days. Mark, you're past the weight, and you've been past the weight where we think, oh, this is just a willpower issue, right? You are in the your weight's gonna kill you category, and this is the medically recommended treatment. There's all kinds of people, including your doctors, that are giving you strong advice that the surgery is your best possible bet right now. And it doesn't make sense that you're turning it down, and you need to ask yourself, why am I going against medical advice?
It means that I'm betting on myself for the first time in a long time.
I don't know that it's really betting on yourself. Your very best bet is to have the surgery, and I hope...
What? Nobody can see your image but you. Why is everybody trying to tell him what he thinks? He just said he's been failing over and over and over for so long, and he just wants to have one thing to do by himself, and everybody keeps telling him it won't work. If everybody just told him it will work and he can do it, he would be where he wants to be. He would be making way more progress, working way harder because everybody believes in him. Everybody's telling him he can't do something, and his family's telling him he can't do something, and he respects his family a lot, obviously. That's why he's not like, that's why he's acting the way he's acting.
What it means to not take advantage of the tool that you have in front of you.
Thank you so much for taking the time, and I'm so sorry. I don't want to disappoint you.
With his decision clearly
The thing is, whatever you believe is true. If you believe you can do something by yourself and you genuinely believe it, you're going to do it. Your brain is naturally just going to make you do small things to make you do it. But if people keep telling you, oh, this is impossible, you can't do it, you can't do it, you can't do it, eventually, you know, if you're not delusional, like crazy delusional about it, you're gonna start believing them and you're gonna stop doing what you want to do.
Family are all ultimately very disappointed. He'll just continue sponging off them until he dies, because there's no way he'll lose the weight on his own.
You know, he's not 17, 18. I can't take away his car.
What do you mean?
He's gonna do what he's gonna do.
Maybe here's an idea. Stop letting him live in the pool house rent-free and make him move out. Stop making him food and make him do it himself. Once he has to pay his own bills, he'll have way less money to spend on food and will be forced to make a change. His mom especially has nailed him for far too long. And 2 months later, when Mark is back on the scales, it's fair to say that his decision was a mistake, and he even says so himself.
It's been trying to convince my family that I got this. I can't say that I know what I'm doing because I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm not confident that I made the right decision.
Hello.
Hi there.
Things get really awkward when Mark discovers he's made absolutely no progress, showing that he definitely did make the wrong decision.
I want to take a picture of it. Get a picture of the scale.
You do it.
The last time I weighed myself, I was 570 something. I'm supposed to lose 20 pounds. To get down to 550-ish.
Okay, you can go ahead and have a seat.
Mark is in a very dangerous area now. The weight loss has slowed down and has now stopped. It's very likely that Mark will start gaining and will eventually be back at his starting weight within a year. Dr. Now has given...
I just don't know. Your body adapts to when you're eating in low calories. Your body adapts to that. So you're going to stop losing weight at some point. You have to just work out harder. And
Mark, chance after chance, it is throwing them all away. Ultimately, I think it's because he wasn't ready to lose the weight and wanted to stay living at home with his parents. By this point, Dr. Now has no choice but to remove Mark from the program because his progress has stagnated and he's refusing to get surgery or follow the diet plan. The worst part is that Mark doesn't think he's done anything wrong and believes he's still on the right track, showing that he's just in total denial.
I mean, this ain't a game. This is your life.
You don't think I understand that?
Okay, so no matter what you do, it's going to be hard work. And no matter what, even if you do it on your own, you're still going to have skin surgery, so that you're still going to have surgery.
I don't have a problem with the skin removal. I'm trying to get to that point first. I don't have a problem with this.
Well,
I need to see if I could do this.
I understand that.
Why can't you support that?
I am supporting you, but
Then stop bringing it up.
Nobody has supported
every
him
third
at
word
all.
you say
The
to me.
whole time, nobody supported him.
I don't need to hear about surgery from you 6 times a day, please.
Back off. You just need to sleep on everything that's been said to you. And think about what the conversation with Dr. Paradise was.
Dr. Paradise he's a frickin' doctor. He's not just talking out his and something that's exactly what you're doing. You're talking out your...
You're not thinking this through. You're just determined to do it your way, which is not necessarily the right way.
Then so be it, but it's my decision to make. And if you need me to move out, I'll move out.
No, it's your decision to make. But if you keep being with us about this because mom mentions it or something like that, that ain't gonna work.
I need to hear it every freaking day, multiple times a day.
Well, then you have a choice, but we live there, and you're not gonna disrespect your mom.
I'm asking you not to bring up the surgery. I'm not gonna forget the surgery is an option.
Yeah.
It's not gonna slip my
Well,
mind.
you know, even if you have the surgery, Mark, it's still a tremendous amount of work. It wasn't...
I understand.
Okay, but you
I
think
heard
that...
this from the doctors. I understand it's a...
Well, then why don't you just listen to your mom, let her talk.
But you think you're getting off easy doing the surgery and poof, you're done. But that's when the real hard work
You guys
starts.
haven't been listening to...
Yeah, I have.
No, you haven't. You haven't been listening.
We have, but it's at the same point. We're just hearing the same load of that we've heard for so many things in your life. Okay, great. Yeah.
I'm done talking. That's all you guys want me to do is talk. And I
No,
don't
don't want you to talk anymore.
We gotta go. Let's just go.
We're good. Yeah.
I can see how frustrating it is for Mark's parents. He's in his own world and wants to do everything his way, when his way is what got him to over 700 pounds in the first place. By the end of Mark's episode, he's determined to lose the weight on his own, without surgery. And surprisingly, I do have some good news. Although it took him an extra few years, Mark has lost a lot of weight, losing another 150 pounds since—
Eat dick. Eat dick. He didn't need the surgery. He just needed time. See, this is what I was talking about. This is what I was talking about, bro. When you're delusional about anything, bro, whatever you truly believe is what you could do.
this episode ended.
Wait, did he get the surgery, though? Let me.
And he looks half the size he used to be, and took to Instagram to say how much his life has changed since losing the weight. Almost to the point where I can say to myself, I did what they said I couldn't do.
See?
I've taken back control of my life. I can walk for miles at a time. I can fit in rides at Disney. I can fit in the booth at a restaurant. Betting on myself was the best decision I've ever made. And he really beat all the odds, but he still has another 150 pounds to 200 pounds to lose before he'd be considered a healthy weight, and will likely still need skin removal surgery too. Unfortunately though, I also found out from Mark's Instagram page that he's been diagnosed with cancer, and has been having surgeries over the past year for that. So I'm wishing him all the best, and I do hope he recovers. So while on the show, Mark lost over 150 pounds, but in a Facebook post made a few years after the episode aired, he claims that the show is completely fake, calling for it to be cancelled. Mark says that the grocery store scenes, and then eating scenes, the voiceovers, and even the weigh-ins are all fake. And I've got no doubt in my mind that the producers try and make the scenes more entertaining, but I wouldn't go as far to say that they're fake. It's not like the producers can make them weigh over 700 pounds. Especially the weigh-ins, I think those are absolutely real. As Dr. Now says, the scales don't lie, people do. I think patients must just forget that they're getting Dr. Now's treatment for free, something that would cost thousands of dollars if they paid for it themselves, because he's one of the top bariatric surgeons in America. I think Mark was just really bitter by the end. I don't think he liked being told what to do, and wasn't in any rush to make a change and move out of his parents' house. But I am happy to see that he's lost weight, and I do hope he keeps pushing and also wins his fight with cancer too. Now, if you want to see someone who just totally failed on their weight loss journey, click the video on the screen now. Follow my Instagram at BigCraigYT, subscribe to my main channel and my compilation channel.
That was a good video. I mean, that's gonna do it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys tomorrow. And I mean, we'll do everything we got to do tomorrow. More Walking Dead, more videos. I tried to do a couple more. I tried to start stream earlier. Today I fell asleep on the couch after eating a shit ton of guacamole. So yeah, but I will see you guys tomorrow.